Hi friends, this is Gautam. In this video tutorial, I can teach the topic how to configure gateway load balancing protocol. In previous class, I can teach you how to configure virtual router redundancy protocol. So today we can see how to configure gateway load balancing protocol. This is an example topology. So here ISP, PC1, PC2, PC3, so all of them are routers only. Just I can change the symbol of the router. So R1 router can be connected to ISP. So the net ID is 117.203.158.0/24, and R2 router can be connected to ISP. The net ID is 200.200.200.0/24. So the local area network is 172.30.200.0. So R1 router can be connected to switch through fast Ethernet 0/0. So here we can assign the IP address as 172.30.200.1, and R2 router can be connected to switch through fast Ethernet 0/0 port. So the IP address is 172.30.200.2, and PC1 we can assign the IP address as 172.30.200.3, and PC2 we can assign the IP address as 172.30.200.4, and PC3 we can assign the IP address as 172.30.200.5. okay, so in PC1 and PC2 and PC3 we can assign the default gateway as 172.30.200.1. so now PC1, 2, 3 PCs are communicate to ISP through the default gateway 172.30.200.1. So once the R1 router fast Ethernet 0/0 link and goes down means, so the PC1, PC2 and PC3 cannot communicate to ISP. So again we have to go to all the three PCs and change the default gateway is 172.30.200.2. So now PC1, PC2 and PC3 can communicate to ISP through R2 router. The gateway is 172.30.200.2. so there is a lot of manual work, and it's not possible in real time, because in an office network if you are using 1000 PCs, so that time it's not possible to change the default gateway manually. So instead of that, to overcome this problem, we can use gateway load balancing protocol. So here we can assign virtual IP address instead of assigning the physical interface of that IP address. So instead of IP address of that physical interface, we can assign virtual IP address. So to overcome this problem, okay, we can go to the ISP and assign the IP address to the corresponding interface. So go to the global mode and interface. So interface fast Ethernet 1/0. So here I can assign the IP address as 117.200.158.1, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. No shutdown to enable this interface. Exit. Okay. Next fast Ethernet 1/1. So here I can assign the IP as 200.200.200.1. So interface fast Ethernet 1/1 IP space address 200.200.200.1, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. no shutdown to enable this interface. Okay, we can go to the R1 router. We can assign the IP address to the corresponding interface. So interface fast Ethernet 0/0 IP space address, so 172.30.200.1, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. no shutdown to enable this interface. Exit. Next we can go to the interface fast Ethernet 1/0, so IP space address. So here I can assign the IP address as 117.203.158.2, and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. no shutdown to enable this interface. Okay, we can go to the R3 router. So interface fast Ethernet 0/0. So IP space address 172.30.200.2 and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. No shutdown to enable this interface. Next, interface fast Ethernet 1/0. So IP space address. So here we can assign the IP as 200.200.200.2. Okay, so 200.200.200.2 and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. No shutdown to enable this interface. Okay, so next we can go to the PC1 and assign the IP address as 172.30.200.3. so interface fast Ethernet 0/0. so IP space address 172.30.200.3 and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. no shutdown. Exit. Okay, next we can go to the PC2. so interface fast Ethernet 0/0. so the IP address is IP space address 172.30.200.4 and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. no shutdown to enable this interface. Okay, we can go to the PC3. so interface fast Ethernet 0/0. IP space address so 172.30.200.5 and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. no shutdown to enable this interface. Okay, so we can configure the IP address of the corresponding interface. We can go to the ISP R1 and R2 to configure the EHRP routing protocols with autonomous system number 500. Okay, we can go to the ISP router. So before that we have to clear the screen. Okay, so router space EHRP and here we have to give the autonomous system number. so the autonomous system number is 500. Enter. Next is the direct connector network of ISP is 117.203.158.0. next direct connector network is 200.200.200.0. no auto summary. Exit. Okay, next we can go to the R1 router. Before that we have to clear the screen. Okay, so router EHRP and given the autonomous system number, so 500. next the direct connector network of R1 router is 172.30.200.0. next direct connector network is 117.203.158.0. no auto summary. Exit. Okay, we can go to the R2 router. So before the show IP interface brief. Okay, show IP EHRP neighbors. so there is some problems in that EHRP routing protocol. so 117.200.158.1 is not on common subnet. so just we can check it in the ISP. show IP interface brief 117. Okay, so I can wrongly assign the IP address to ISP fast Ethernet 1/0. so here I will assign 117.203.158.0 but I will assign wrongly 117.200.158. so just I can change that IP address. show IP interface. so here I will assign correctly. In ISP fast Ethernet 1 I can assign the IP address wrongly, so just I can change it. interface fast Ethernet. so fast Ethernet 1/0. no IP address. Again I will reassign the IP address 117.203.158.1 and subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. no shutdown. Okay, so now the neighbor adjacency will come. Here we can see. so previously I will assign the IP address wrongly to ISP fast Ethernet 1/0. so instead of 203 I will assign 200. so that's why only the neighbor relationship is not formed between R1 and ISP router. Okay,